errors and biases. So why biases? So the AI tools or the large language models are trained based on large numbers of existing data, but if that data already has certain biases in it, such as in recruitment, gender, societal biases, these biases will come up in the results of the AI tool. Hallucinations, obviously, that's also another tricky area. That's where the AI model will create content that seems plausible and factual, but is actually not. And there are also security and ethical considerations. So a lot of these tools actually store your data once you're uploading content. So you have to be careful about how you use AI if you don't want any breaches of data or confidentiality. And obviously there are ethical considerations to that. LexisNexis is part of a group called RELX. We released our ethical AI principles, so this is where we always try to, in the products that we develop, make sure that they serve the community, that they do no harm, that we are transparent in the way that we are building our systems, producing our content, and we are also have humans in the loop to verify the accuracy of the content. So this is an interesting case, so that you're all aware of the potential of using ChatGPT or other open source AI tools. This is a case in the US where an attorney named Stephen Swartz from Leibovitz used ChatGPT in his legal brief. He submitted the case before the judge in a personal injury lawsuit. The opposing counsel wanted to verify the cited cases, and he couldn't locate them. So he mentioned this to the judge, who investigated and called upon Schwartz to explain himself, and that's where Schwartz admitted that he had used ChatGPT to fabricate these cases, and they were not real. So there was obviously consequences to Schwartz and his law firm, loss of reputation, and that's another potential harm that you can have. When I was talking about your data privacy and confidentiality, these three Samsung employees decided to upload on ChatGPT proprietary source code information, which ended up being out there, which ended up being used and also caused some harm to Samsung. Now, Lexis has been building its content for 200 years. So that is why we're not talking about just generative AI. We are talking about authoritative AI. That's because of the authority of the content that we use our tools to build our tools. So basically, ChatGPT or other open source use data that is available on the internet, whereas what you will find in this system is data that we have been creating for hundreds of years, and that is verified by humans. The algorithms are verified, and we utilize retrieval augmented model in our LLMs to make sure that it is verifying this content, and going back also to rely on new content that is continuously being added. So it's not something that is static in time, like when we used ChatGPT 3 and it was up to, I think, 2022. So I'll just show you a brief video. Okay, sorry about that. I guess we had a technical glitch with the system. Okay, I'll try to explain it. I think it wasn't quite informative as I hoped it would be. So basically, this is just a simple overview of what data we gathered in terms of the potential savings that you can have while using these tools. Now, it is actually, okay. Would you like to see it again, or shall I explain? Okay, I'll explain it. No, just click. Okay. All right. So basically, what we saw in the video is that it can have four main functionalities. The first one is the AI that interacts with you. It's a search, so it's based on natural language processing. So you can actually converse with the Lexis Plus AI as if you were talking to a colleague or an assistant. The second feature, it drafts. The fourth feature, it summarizes, and the fourth feature, it analyzes the documents that you upload. I'll go through them all in detail now. Okay, so the AI that interacts, you can ask any legal question. Now, this is particularly useful when you're dealing with sometimes cross-jurisdictional issues. You'd like to delve more into a legal matter, learn more about it. It's quite useful. Now, it's important to note that the current systems are based on US, we have the Lexis Plus US or UK versions. It's not currently on the Middle East data yet. It's coming, hopefully. Here I wanted to ask a question about the liquidated damages clause. So what are its uses and what are its limitations? So it proceeded to give me the answers. Now, I think I forgot to mention earlier why these systems are important is that you have all your sources cited. So as you can see in the highlighted section, it can take you directly to the cases or the practical guidance content or the books or journal articles, and you can verify your sources. So you won't have any issues while coding them. Okay, and then I wanted to compare. Now, I wanted to compare the liquidated damages clause between a common law and a civil law jurisdiction, because there are quite some differences in these clauses. For the common law version, they shouldn't be punitive in nature, they should be compensatory, and whereas in the civil law, they can, they can exceed that of the common law. And here, drafting. Okay, so who likes to draft emails? I personally hate drafting emails. So when you have a chain, you can upload it and ask the system to draft notices or respond to a client. I actually like to use it to draft clauses. So that's where I asked, again, my liquidated damages clause to be drafted, so that I wouldn't have to think about it. Let's review. I adapted it again to the civil law jurisdiction to make sure that it was valid and will not be returned. And then here, especially for this region, I asked it to draft it for me in Arabic. So its uses are quite diverse, although it is not a translation, I have to emphasize on that, it is not a translation tool. However, from the testings that we've done with the editorial team, we found it to be the most accurate legal translation out there, taking into consideration different jurisdictional terminologies. And summarize. Now this, when you want to research multiple cases. I know that, I'm not sure here in Kuwait if you have very long cases such as in the US or UK or Canada, where we have sometimes a case decision is about 60 pages long, so you can just ask it to summarize. And the interesting thing about this is the way it summarizes. It's not just like a small summary. It summarizes with a legal analysis. So it will tell you what the background facts, what the submissions were, and what this decision was at the end. Okay, this is my favorite one. In the upload a document and ask question, this is where you can upload up to 10 documents. Let's say you want to know about a particular matter. In my case here, I wanted to know more about the different companies' laws across the region. So you can upload up to 10 documents. Again, the system will not store these. So this is a bit frustrating because sometimes, you want to go back and continue what you're doing. After 10 minutes, all the content that you upload will be deleted. So I have uploaded up to 6 laws here, and I wanted to ask questions about what type of companies were seen in these countries. And in a matter of seconds, just listed these for me. And you can use it as well. There are multiple uses for it. You can use it to upload, let's say, 2 contracts, compare between them, and also help you in drafting. So basically, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoy working in this every day. And ready for questions? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have 2 questions regarding the Lexis AI system. It's very impressive that the system mitigates issues such as risks and hallucinations and what have you. But I'm concerned with the depth of information. In particular, the Court of Cassation rulings. Is it part of your database? Do we have all the laws pertaining to Kuwait, for example? It's clear that you have that. It's bilingual, Arabic and English. I appreciate holding the documents and having them secured, but depth is very important. So, how deep is the information related to the Kuwaiti law, for example?
Well, I'm not sure I clarified this at the beginning, but currently the AI system is not on the regional content. For the regional content, we have the Middle East Online platform, and the way that we deal with this content is obviously on a weekly basis from the official gazette. So that's for the primary content. For the case decisions, we also we don't cover all case decisions. So you're not going to find the complete case decisions because some of them are repetitive and are similar. So what our editorial team does is they select the key important cases that have, interpreted a matter of law and an important matter, provided some clarifications, and that's what you will find on the platform. We are also working now in 2025, by mid-2025, we should also have a bilingual platform, so you'll be able to have it in both Arabic and English, and until probably, I would say, end of next year, you will have it with the AI functionality. So now, currently, in terms of in-depth, if you go into the Middle East platform, it is quite comprehensive. But for the AI, you will have to combine it with this so that you'll be able to benefit from both functionalities.
So it is reflected only in your Middle East platform, not in the AI. I can upload issues, documents on the Middle East platform onto the AI.
Correct. That's what I did.
But I cannot actually access it from the AI right away.
Not yet, not yet. The Middle East platform uses extractive AI, basically. So when you're doing...
so it's extractive as you expect.
Extractive, it's not generative, no.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your question. Yeah.
Thank you, Lara, for this great presentation. It is very fruitful for me. My name is Alper Yılmaz from Turkey, Istanbul. I would like to ask what would be the impact of the EU AI Act regarding the AI solution in the legal aspect. From your perspective, what would be the consequence of this act?
From my perspective, I think that it will definitely make the companies more aware of the different technical issues in building their systems. So from our perspective, from a LexisNexis perspective, we're a global company. So there's multiple jurisdictions that will enter into effect, and the EU has adopted a centralized approach to regulating AI, whereas the US has adopted a decentralized approach. So it's still at the beginning. How much regulation will go into this is not quite clear. I'm not very familiar with the EU Act per se to be able to say what the long-term impact will be, but for my guesses, it's going to be related mainly to how these companies or our company will be building our systems, making sure that it does not do any harm. I think, for me, the way I simplify it, there are 3 principles of generative AI, and probably these regulations will take that into consideration. It must be helpful, it must be honest, and it must be harmless. So, helpful to the community at large, serve the community, be able to work better, faster, leave us time for critical thinking. It must be honest, which means it must be accurate. Okay, so there will be also liability issues, IP issues. IP will be also a factor that I think will be impacted by AI, and it must be harmless. It should not produce any biases or lead to any harm to society.
Just one last question, really quick. It's somehow a general question. From your point of view, in the near future, will we lose control over AI and Europe starts to create new versions of itself?
I personally don't think so. I think that there will always be, as long as we are, as humans, are aware of its potential, and we always make sure to have human in the loop. Maybe I didn't emphasize that point quite clearly when it is extremely important to keep that factor when dealing with AI. I think that the machines that we currently have in terms of hardware also do not have the capability to maybe process and for us to lose control. So if it's going to be there, it's going to be, I don't think, in our lifetime. I think for now it's an exciting tool for us that we should really embark on the journey and benefit from.
Just unplug, right? Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. Laura, major congratulations for action. And we will now be enjoying a 5-minute coffee break following the third panel session of today. Thank you.
رقم بنتقون هذا السنة. Excuse me, guys.